House of Ruth Maryland is an engagement center for an entire family system impacted by intimate partner violence. Not just the survivor, but also the children who have witnessed that violence, and even the person who has been abusive, as well as their family and friends that surround them as a community.
It's important that we serve the abusive partners because, that's the source, right? And so if we are truly going to end violence, then we got to start at the source.
That intimate partner and sexual violence is a public health issue. And so it's important that we are at the ground level of training and engagement and education so that people don't have to be afraid in their relationships or in their homes.
But we are leading the charge to change the systems that surround those survivors and making sure that they can be safe. That's done through the Gateway Project, through the Training Institute, our judicial trainings.
The Gateway Project is an abuse intervention program.
We serve women, men, it doesn't all sexes and all genders, and including Spanish-speaking individuals.
They're here for 28 weeks. And they learn accountability and empathy, as well as healthy relationship skills, communication techniques, how to take time out during anger explosions, and we try to get them on a better path for healthy relationships moving forward.
A lot of people don't have a safe place where they can talk about the things that are really important to them. Quite honestly, nobody really wants to talk about the ugly things that they do. But without being able to talk about those things, you can't really change them.
Long story short, we grew up with, without the best examples of proper relationships going on, grew up that way, fell into some alcoholism pretty early on in life. That continued, which kind of speedballed into the whole situation that landed me in jail first. And then after I got out, I did some treatment, and then I enrolled here, which I learned a whole bunch. I completed the program about a year ago.
If I could describe Hez in one word, it would be tenacious. And he has overcome a lot.
This gave me much more just patience. You're not always right. It's really a good big lesson in empathy, because if you can consider what everybody else has got going on and not just your own point of view, you really do come up with a lot better of an answer most of the time. So you get a re-education. As long as you're open-minded and willing to be re-educated, it benefits you a lot.
We really try to reiterate that everybody makes mistakes. Everybody is human. Nobody's perfect.
Katie was my stage 2 lady, and Katie's mom, but slightly older. I don't want to call her grandma because I don't want her to be mad at me. But the wisdom portion of it is like a grandma, where she come in and she's like, I'm gonna lay this down. This is law, but this is law that actually works for everybody, not just for you. Law with a little love.
I'm glad that he noticed that. That's the biggest compliment I think I could get. I knew he was gonna be a leader in that room. He was always an ally in the room as well. And since he's completed, he has volunteered to be one of our mentors, and I can't thank him enough, because as much as they learn from us, we learn from them.
So in 2024, our completion rate was 80%. So 80% of those individuals in our program completed.
I don't even want to think about had I stayed in stubborn mode or whatever mode you want to call that, whether it would have worked out that good, I don't know. But I didn't make the bad decision, I made the good one, so I'm okay.
In order to change behaviors, we have to provide the necessary supports. We were fortunate to receive a high impact award from the Bloomberg American Health Initiative. So the project is to expand House of Ruth Maryland's existing crisis support hotline that supports survivors of domestic violence or intimate partner violence. And what we mean by expansion is providing the staff with training, as well as marketing the hotline to receive calls from people at risk of causing harm to an abusive partner. When someone calls, they will have someone to talk to immediately about their stressors, about their relationships, the things that are bothering them, similar to other crisis lines that we have available for people. They will be met with empathy, but also with questions to meet them where they are, helping the person on the other end of the line move towards meaningful change, whatever that might be.
We need to get everybody on board with this mission if we're going to be successful in ending intimate partner violence. And that's what our training and education department is able to do.
In training, it's really about prevention because we're helping people to see those red flags before they get to the moment of intimate partner violence. Engagement is about being in the community, so we're doing community-based trainings at every level. There is no organization too big or too small.
So HRM has provided some fantastic preventative training, particularly around teen dating violence, signs of intimate partner violence, supporting youth survivors, and about digital safety.
What we do is we tailor our trainings. There's a specific objective, and that's so that everyone knows how to recognize, everyone knows how to respond, and they know how to refer to House of Ruth Maryland or other providers for services.
It's been a great and really supportive environment since, where we're really collaborating closely on preventative work to further support our youth.
I'm someone who believes that we need to do more than just talk about it, but we need to get into it.
House of Ruth Maryland has spent years developing its training institute, and increasingly we're making it responsible for sharing learning opportunities with other advocates. SALIS is House of Ruth Maryland's new online learning community, where we're bringing people together in a virtual environment to do some self-paced, but also some synchronous learning together with other people in the field. And so it's around educating the whole community. Everyone has something that they could do to end intimate partner violence. And our aim is to make sure everyone knows how they can help and how to get connected with the movement. And that's what SALIS is able to do.
Intimate partner violence can happen to anyone at any time. And nothing's going to happen if we don't have people who are brave enough to have really tough conversations.
We believe that this work is just as much about love as it is about intimate partner violence.
To have a place where you can go, you can talk about it, and you can say, hey, look, I did do this, but I changed, and people aren't ready to stone you immediately. It's pretty comforting. Just the willingness to learn. That's all you really, really need, and change is possible.